Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Halifax Raiders Draft to Glory franchise mode here in NHL 24. So it's our final simulation episode. We are up here in the Stanley Cup Finals against the San Jose Sharks, looking to close out this series on a Stanley Cup victory. It's been a really good playoff run up to this point. A lot of kind of surprise that we've been able to get this far, but we have been able to, and I'm kind of interested to see if we could obviously win a Stanley Cup to end this series, but we're going to have a tough task as we have to battle with some Sharks. But luckily for us, we're in the ship to begin with, but will we sink and not win a Stanley Cup, or will we stay afloat and get ourselves to the island known as Stanley Cup Island? That's basically what I see it as. But as you can see, our run so far, we knocked out Montreal, we knocked out Buffalo, and we've knocked out Boston. But now we have a meeting with the San Jose Sharks, who are going to be probably one of the tougher teams we've faced, even though they didn't necessarily have one of the best records during the regular season. As you can see, 42, 29, and 11. They do have a pretty damn good roster, so it's going to be interesting to see if we could end the series, like I said, with a Stanley Cup win, or if we're going to lose in this finals. This will definitely be the last simulation episode. Next episode will literally just be a finale recap, in a sense, where I basically look through the final season awards. I'll take a look at everybody in the NHL's lines just to see if there's any former players that are still playing. We'll also look at the record book and see who was up there for records in Halifax and stuff like that, and like games played, goals, that type of thing. So it should be a pretty fun episode to wrap up the series. But it's kind of crazy that we're also here right at the end, because this series has obviously been going on since the beginning of NHL 24, and within the span of, I guess, like half of a year almost, we've finished the series up pretty much, which is pretty crazy. And obviously once this series is done, we're going to be starting up our throwback Nashville series with my 99 2000 build. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. But obviously right now we got to focus on this series with this Halifax team for a little bit longer. See if this team could actually get themselves that other cup. We have won so far, but we have not won one since then. And obviously this is only our third cup finals we've ever been in. A lot of these guys were on the cup roster that we had not too long ago, so that's kind of nice. And there is some injection of some newer players, but I still really like our team's forward group. I think our defensive group obviously is our main concern. That this defensive core obviously isn't really the best, but in front of a good goaltender like Zadorov, they do okay. So without Zadorov, I don't know if we'd be in this position that we are. He's been just an elite playoff goaltender, so we just hope that he could obviously continue that in the Stanley Cup Finals, because if he doesn't, that's when we get into a bit of a problematic stage. And yeah, we just barely been able to scrape through the Boston Bruins in Game 7 with a nice OT victory from Jan Ozens. His goal was pretty damn nice, and yeah, it sent us here to the Cup Finals. So now we just need to get 4 more wins, and then we get our second Cup of the series, and final cup probably too. But anyways, let's get into your guys' comments now and see what you guys have to say about last episode, and then we'll get into the Stanley Cup Finals and see if we could string together 4 more wins to close the series out on a Stanley Cup win. So the first comment is from Joseph D. Miller, who says, great Game 7, and I agree, the Game 7 victory was very nice to watch. It was a really fun one to watch too, because we watched a lot of the third period, and we watched some overtime. And then Jan Ozens scores a power play goal that eliminates Boston. And also in Game 7 OT, there was like some huge saves from Mateo Burkov on Boston. So that was kind of fun to see, just because obviously Burkov was our goalie for such a long period. So we got some pretty good action from the AI, and it was nice to see that we were the team that ended up winning and getting ourselves into this Cup Finals. The next comment is from Souls, who says, woo, let's go. What a crazy final season, I believe. And yeah, this has definitely been a crazy last season. I didn't really expect to get back to the Cup Finals with this roster, but here we are. And yeah, we obviously believed in the cheese, because we technically have a cheesy defensive core. Our forward group, I'd say, is actually a pretty good forward group, but obviously the defensive core is what has been kind of a little bit cheesy, and hopefully it gets us 4 more wins. Like I said, with having Zadorov in net, I think that's just obviously helped out a lot with that defensive core, because a defensive core like that probably wouldn't simulate that well in front of a mediocre goalie. The next comment is from Logan May, who says, I made a reference to Dragon Ball Z. Congrats to Ozens, who saved his snipe for the highlight reel. Good luck against the San Jose Sharks. All teeth, no blubber. Raiders are going to hook the big fish. And so you made a reference to Dragon Ball Z. I never actually really watched Dragon Ball Z, so that's probably why I didn't understand that reference, but that's pretty funny. And then, yeah, Ozens, obviously that game-winning goal was a huge one for his confidence. That was only his first goal of the playoffs, too, so what a time to get it. And then also, yeah, we are going to try and obviously reel in the sharks from the water by going fishing for them, even though you're not supposed to really fish for sharks, I don't think. We're going to try and reel in some sharks. And if we win, we'll obviously have some shark fin soup, even though that's probably illegal to eat shark fin soup. I don't even know. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup just because it's both teams are kind of like, in a sense, related to the water. So I think this would be a fun Stanley Cup Finals just for that purpose. Like, I could just picture like a pirate ship full of like raider people, and they're all fighting these sharks that are like swarming around the ship and trying to take the ship down. Sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? And the last and final comment is from Center Otaku. It says Ozens got Burkov to bite with a quick move to the right, and then he pulled it back to the left for a goal. Great effort all around. At this point, it's Conn Smythe is Zadorov's to lose, and I totally agree. I think he could win the Conn Smythe this year if we win the Stanley Cup for sure. So anyways, those were the comments we got in last episode. So now I want to let you guys know that, like, since the next episode is the finale recap, regardless, let me know what you guys want to see exactly in that final episode, so that way I could actually do it in that final episode. So I think what we're going to do, obviously, is if we win the Stanley Cup, we're not going to even go to the award section yet, because I do want to go through every NHL team's lineup just to see if there's any former players that are still in the league at this point in time, and then we'll go through the record book. We'll probably go through the record book for every NHL team and our team, and also take a look at stats around like the league-wide records. So could be pretty fun if we do that, and I think that's probably most of what we'll do. We'll also take a look at everybody on our roster and see their career numbers and stuff like that. So anyways, it's time for the Stanley Cup Finals, time for our final few games of simulation, potentially, or probably, because we have at least 4 more games left of this franchise mode, but it could also go to a Game 7, who knows. We have home ice advantage, which is great. Let's see what happens. See if the Raiders can prevail against the Sharks, or are the Sharks going to sink our ship? Here we go. Game number 1. One of the last games potentially in Halifax. Right here. First period of game number 1. 1-0 us. Hey, good start. Chucky. Let's go, Chucky. He beats Nakamura, who's in net. That's interesting. I don't remember. Was Nakamura their actual starter? I can't remember. I honestly don't remember their team too well. So there might be some guys that I don't even know their first name, but whatever. Shots are 15-8 in favor of San Jose after 1, so great start in net for Zadorov. That's exactly what we need from him, and it's great to see Chucky open the scoring here in this Cup Finals. Hopefully we could get some insurance in the second period, because obviously with them out shooting us, they could definitely find a way to score a goal, but right now Zadorov has definitely been the difference. Can we get some insurance in the second period? Second period? 3-0 us. Let's go. This is a great first game here. Erat makes it 2-0. Then Jacobson scores. Shots are now 25-22 in favor of us. So we had a really good second period in terms of chances, and we do have a 3-goal lead going into the third. Now we pretty much just need Zadorov to lock this down, and we will take our first game of this Cup Finals. Come on, boys. Let's lock it down. We don't need to fire the cannons at those Sharks anymore. Well, maybe we still need to, as Doan makes it a 2-goal game. Come on, Zadorov, you got this, buddy. Oh, no. Stejskal makes it 3-2. Come on, guys. The Sharks are starting to sink our ship a little bit here in Game 1. Let's reinforce the starport side, or whatever the heck you call it, of the friggin' ship. Final few minutes, and we hold them off just barely. Let's go. Not a textbook third period, but good performance from Zadorov. I would say 36 of 38, and then we score 3 goals on 35 shots. They definitely came at us a little bit in that third period, outshooting us 16-10 after we outshot them 17-7 in that second period. And that second period pretty much won us that game, so pretty nice on that front. So Chucky from Ozens and Ramo, Erat from Turnbull, Jacobson from Del Rivera and Richter, and then they got 2 unanswered goals. One was the guy's first goal of the playoffs, which is not ideal, but oh well. 3 stars of the games. Zadorov the first star, Jacobson the second star, and Chucky the third star. Yeah, Zadorov is definitely, I would say, the favorite for the Conn Smythe, even though you don't usually see goalies winning the Conn Smythe in the playoffs in franchise mode too often. So I really hope that we win the Stanley Cup, obviously, because it would be nice to see a goalie win it, because considering that most of the time it's forwards that get it just with their point totals. Okay, so we have a nice 1-0 series lead. We've won 2 games in a row. I think we got to keep the team the exact same for Game 2, to be honest. It was a pretty good game, I would say, for the most part. The third period was probably our worst period, but we also got badly outshot, and that's when they scored those 2 goals to get back into the game. So let's keep the team the same for now, and let's see if we could take a 2-0 series lead. So this could be one of the last home games we have in Halifax as well, depending if we end up sweeping the Sharks, which I doubt we're going to. But let's see if we could take a 2-0 series lead. Come on, boys. Let's build off the last game. First period of Game 2. 1-1, I'll take it. We do score first, a power play goal from Dwyer, who's been really good in his first ever playoffs, and McCauley makes it 1-1 as well. Okay. Shots are 11-9 in favor of San Jose, so they are out shooting us after 1, but not as bad as last game, because last game it was like 15-9, I think, or something like that. Can we find a way to get that lead back in a second period? Because we once again had the lead after 1. Let's see what happens. Second period. Still 1-1. Okay, so this is a goaltending matchup right now. Seems like Zadorov's playing good, and also Nakamura for them. We're out shooting him 23-17, but it is a 1-1 game. This has definitely been a pretty close series up to this point. Let's see if we're able to get that lead in the third period, and hopefully Zadorov can continue playing like he's been playing in the series so far. Come on, boys. Let's get that next one. Let's get that next one. I don't really care who it is on our roster, but let's get that next one. Maybe Cracknell. Maybe Cardwell on the defensive core. I don't really know. Could be literally anybody. Bearable scores for the Sharks. Come on, boys. Do we have an answer on the power play? No, we don't. Simon makes it 3-1. And then Marks makes it 4-1. Oh, no. The ship is sinking here in Game 2. Del Rivera makes it 4-2, but it is too late, and we are going to drop Game 2 on our home ice 4-2. I knew the Sharks were going to win in one game eventually. Unfortunately, Zadorov had a little bit of a rough third period there, and that's like going to be the difference. Is if Zadorov doesn't play as good in his Cup Finals, we might not have as much of a chance to win. Oh, that's not great. That is not great. Dwyer from Jacobson and Erat, and then we had Del Rivera from Hamalainen. Not great. Any badly minus guys in that game? Looks like a couple -2s. Del Rivera, Hamalainen. Yeah, that was definitely Zadorov's worst game in a while. And yeah, their goaltender played really good, so we might need to make some adjustments here going into the next game. But at least we have one game on our own ice. But we do need to win a game in San Jose, because like I said in prior episodes, if we lose 2 games on the road, we're always in a bad spot. So let's go to edit lines here and see what we could do to maybe get ourselves going a little bit better offensively for the next game. Let's go back to Boucher as a top liner. Del Rivera will go back to the left side on the third line. Erat will go to the middle. Yeah, I think that's good. Is there any badly minus people on this team? There's a couple of guys that are minus, but that's okay. What about defensively? Oh, Kavanagh has been tragic. He's a -7. Well, Kavanagh, you just you're gonna get scratched for a game just to get yourself to think about your situation. I know that makes our defensive core even worse, which might be controversial in the Cup Finals, but I need Kavanagh to rethink his play. He's been the worst defender on this team right now by a long shot, because he was -7. Everybody else on this defensive core was plus. So Cesar Dandino will make his playoff debut. He was pretty good in the regular season. He never played an NHL playoff game before. We'll see what he's able to do. 5 points in 18 career NHL games and a +5. So he could bring some offense maybe to our lineup a little bit. But it might seem a little bit weird to do that right now. But I need Kavanagh to just kind of reset a bit, and he'll be back in the lineup for next game for sure. But it just is to kind of make him think about his defensive play, how he could kind of fix that up a bit for the next game. Okay, we need to win a game in San Jose, or else we're going to be in a really bad situation. So let's get to Game 3 and see if we have a response after that 4-2 loss. Come on, guys, you got this. It's been a pretty even series so far. We're being outscored 6-5 after 2 games. Let's see if we have a response in Game 3. Come on, guys, you got this. I believe in the cheese. Believe in the cheese. First period of Game 3. 1-1 again, so similar to last game. This time around, they scored first. It was Simon again, so Simon has goals in back-to-back games for them. We answered 18 seconds later from Reese Del Rivera, so nice to see the captain on the board again. Shots are 14-11 in favor of us. Okay, so far in the last few periods, Zadorov has been struggling a bit, which is not ideal. Hopefully has a strong second and third period here ahead of us, and then hopefully our offense is able to get that lead, because that lead is very important at this stage. Let's see if we could have a good second period here to maybe have a better chance at winning this game. Second period. Oh, no, Zadorov, no. It's 4-1. Macaulay, Blaine, and Lacerte made it 4-1. Del Rivera makes it a 4-2 game with 11 seconds left. We're out shooting him 25-24, but Zadorov is having his worst playoff round at the worst possible time. He was a little bit streaky actually early in the playoffs against Montreal and whatnot, so it kind of makes sense, but this is not the time I want to see him crapping the bed when we need the wins the most, especially because our offense might not be able to balance that out. Let's see what happens in the third period, see if we could have a response and get this game tied back up, because right now we need it. We need our offense going. Come on, guys. Do it for Zadorov, because he's been struggling. Oh, my goodness. Macaulay, 5-2. Rainbow makes it 5-3. Come on, guys. Do we have 2 more goals in us? I wish we didn't give up that 5th goal, because that's a ball breaker. Final few minutes. Still down by a pair of goals. And we're going to be trailing in the series as the Sharks have now taken 2 straight games. I'm not liking this at all. Not liking this at all. Del Rivera from Erad and Dwyer, and then Ramo from Del Rivera and Cardwell. So Del Rivera's been playing good, but right now we've been really struggling in terms of goaltending here with Zadorov. It's the worst time possible. He's been an elite playoff goalie up to this point, and now he's really struggling at the worst time possible. Okay, we got to make some adjustments here. Defensively, offensively, all over the place. I'm even thinking of maybe having Zadorov take a break for a game, but it's at a really risky time. Dandino was a -3 in that one game, so I might have just made a huge mistake doing that. But Kavanagh was always really bad too. Let's go Kavanagh top pairing. Ramo could play alongside Cracknell. Yeah, we'll go something like that. Okay, that works. From our offensive standpoint, I don't really know what we need to address here. Let's go Jacobson top line. Raymond could play with Richter and Hamalainen. Actually, Hamalainen will go down to the third line because Del Rivera's been really good. Fourth line's been solid. Tambellini, 5 points. Colborne has 6 points. I'm going to take Tambellini back out of the lineup. I know it's kind of weird considering ever since we put him in, he's been helping out, but we need overall ratings, so Booze is going to draw back in for this game. At least. Maybe more than one game. Oh my goodness, because there's nobody I could really call up from the minors, right? There is like Winquist and Carpetsev, but they're like 77s, so it's not really worth it. There is McCammon for goalies, but we also do have still Mauricio McKenzie we could turn to. He played last year in the playoffs and he was fantastic. Zadorov has dropped down to a 921. I think we got to still rock with Zadorov, to be honest. Yeah, we still got to rock with Zadorov. Even though he's been struggling here in the last few games, he's got to find himself eventually. He's that good of a goalie that eventually he'll find himself and respond. We're down 2-1. This is a must-win game, or else the Sharks are very close to sinking our ship here in this last episode of Simulating. We need to win this game. There's no other question about that. If we lose this game, we have to win 3 straight games, which is doable, but it's also very tough against a good Sharks team. So come on, guys. We need a response. This is a must-win victory, and we got to contain their offense, and we got to score goals as well. We've been scoring decently in this series, but we're only scoring around 2 to 3 goals a game. And we've been giving up around, the last few games, at least like 3.5, 4 goals. So we haven't been that bad defensively, but we definitely need our goaltender to show up here because he hasn't been good the last 2 games. Come on, Zadorov. I believe in you. And let's believe in the cheese and see if we could get ourselves to a tie series here and then a best-of-3 situation. First period of a very important Game 4. Scoreless. Hey, I'll take it. We are being outshot, though, 13-4. So Zadorov held us in it in that first period, but our offense only generating 4 shots through 20 minutes is not looking good. Our offense has definitely struggled a bit here in this round, I'd say, compared to some other rounds. But we need to find a way to score that first goal of the game. Zadorov has been good so far. If he could just keep it up and our offense finds itself, we could definitely get back into the series and hopefully beyond that as well. Come on, boys. This is a crucial second period here. We get that next goal, maybe we get a good chance to win this game. Second period. 1-1, I'll take it. We did score first, which is not always the great thing. Hamalainen and then Lacerte tied it up for them a few minutes later. Shots are 23-11 in favor of San Jose. So yeah, Zadorov is definitely trying hard here to respond after his bad last two games. But our offense is not generating a lot of chances, which is not good on a goalie like Nakamura who could shut it down. So we need to find a way to get that lead back, and we need to play great defensively in this third period because the Sharks are definitely still hanging around here in this game. We're kind of still hanging around too, which is good, but we need to find that next goal. We need to keep the ship from sinking, guys. Fill every single hole. Don't let any water in, or also Sharks are going to eat everybody on board. Let's see what happens in the third period. Come on, guys. Get that next goal. Anybody on the roster, Chucky even, I don't really care. Bearable scores for San Jose. God damn it, man. Take out the cannons, guys. Take out the cannons. It's the time. We need to take out the cannons and shoot all those Sharks away from our ship. Final few minutes. Come on, guys. We're only down by 1 goal. Please. And we lose 2-1. The Sharks have the boat surrounded completely. There's even a giant megalodon shark, or whatever you want to say, a giant shark that is going to probably take down our ship. It looks like it's going to be the Jaws theme song from here on out, unless our team is able to win 3 straight games. Zadorov played good that game, but our offense didn't. That's not great. Hamalainen from Colborne. I don't know how we're going to win the Stanley Cup now at this point, which is going to suck if we go out on a Stanley Cup loss, but the fact we were able to get back here is a thing in its own right, I'd say. But Zadorov definitely deserves better here. He was the second star of the game. Oh boy, we got to win 3 straight games. I mean, it's doable, but at the rate it's going right now, I don't feel like it is. This is going to be tough. You'd think us being in the inside of a ship and the Sharks being in the water that we'd be able to win, but these Sharks are way too quick. There may be Sharks that have just recently eaten a bunch of people. Who knows? They're just hungry for more. Or they've been injected with like steroids or something like that. Goddamn. Or they're flying tornado sharks or whatever you want to call it from that random ass movie. Okay, we got to make some stuff happen here. So maybe we go best lines. Let me see. What the heck does best lines do? And who does it scratch? Colborne gets scratched and Dwyer. I don't like Dwyer getting scratched, and I don't like Chucky as a 4th liner, but that might have to happen. I don't know why Coop's in the lineup, but Coop is going to get thrown into the lineup, I guess. We're just going best lines for this game for the most part. And, oof, that defensive core rating, I don't like that either, but might have to happen. Let's go with that. Oh, boy. I almost feel like putting Maurice and McKenzie in that, but I don't at the same time. I don't want to scratch Dwyer and Colborne, though. Why the heck does it want to scratch those guys? I guess I could do that for 1 game, but I feel like it's a dumb decision. Whatever, we have to trust the coach. That's what we're going to do. Trust the coach for this game. Hopefully we get 1 win, and then we might go back to some other lineup adjustments, but we need to win 3 straight games, and it starts with a game on home ice. This could potentially be the last game we play in this building, which is kind of scary, at the Scotiabank Center where the Mooseheads play. Come on, guys. I don't really want to go into this game. I feel kind of sick to my stomach that I know that could be the last game of the series. This is just really weird to think about. The series has been really good so far, and it's been one of my favorite series I've done. And it could come crashing down right here. At least we have 1 Stanley Cup in the series, but man, would it be nice to get another. Come on, guys. Just fight off the Sharks for this day, and then hopefully we could get somehow a nice lucky win in San Jose. And then win also on home ice in Game 7. Believe in the cheese. Believe in it all. I haven't said like all the names of cheese related stuff now, but believe in cheddar cheese, marble cheese, Gouda cheese. Let's have a Gouda game. And see what happens. Real-time simulation and potentially our final home game of the series. Let's see if we can force the game 6. And yeah, hopefully Zadorov plays like he did last game, and then hopefully our offense finds itself. I don't really like these best lines that the coach has thrown out there, but we have to run with it. Power play goal from Hamalainen to start the game, which is nice. He has been one of our better players. He did score last game as well. Okay, so that's a good start. But obviously we have still 2 more periods to go. So shots are 15-15. Good start for the goaltending. Solid start for the offense, but we need some insurance. Let's have a good second period here. Come on, boys. Let's go. Booze gets thrown into the lineup, I think, and scores a goal. That's huge. Delarivere scores as well. That's 3-0 Halifax. This is a good start to maybe coming back in the series. Obviously, we still need to win next game as well if we want to get back into the series fully. But we are giving our fans at least something to cheer about potentially in the last home game that we have, unless we go to a game 7, that is. Shots are 29-27 in favor of San Jose, so a very big game from Zadorov here. And our offense has been able to score as well. Let's just keep it the same and go into game 6. Penalty kill to start the third. It's a long penalty kill. A very long penalty kill. We killed it off, though. Come on, Cheese. Hey, let's go, Chucky. Of course, Chucky Cheese scores. Let's go. And Turnbull makes it 5-0. This is the offense I wanted to see from this team, especially with the good goaltending from Zadorov as well. And we are going to win potentially our last home game 5-0 as we outshot them 41-40. So 40 save shutout from Zadorov in this one. At least the fans got a very good game to cheer about there. But we also need to win now in game 6, and then maybe we could go to a game 7 for the Stanley Cup. That'd be insane. Hamalainen from Boucher and Ozens. Booze is first from Coop and Richter. Delarivere from Ozens and Cardwell. Raymond from Jennings and Turnbull. And Turnbull from Tambellini and Jennings. I think we got to keep with the best lines that the coach has thrown at us, to be honest, and the adjustments we made. Zadorov the first star of the game. Turnbull the second star. And Jennings the third star. Yeah, I think we got to keep the team the exact same. Based on all of those coaching adjustments, it helped us out a lot because our offense was the best it's been in this finals, and also our defensive play was really good too. So I think we got to keep the team the same for this game in San Jose. The question is, are we going to be able to force a game 7? Reese Delarivere is doing whatever he can to power this team to a cup as well. He's been one of our best players ever since the ever since the second round, because the first round he wasn't really that good. He only had like 2 points, I think, at that stage, but he's been much better since. Okay, I think we got to keep up with this lineup, even though it does scratch like Dwyer and whatnot. I think we got to run with it. Yeah. Zadorov's back up to that 926, which is nice. Okay, well, this is a crucial game for both teams. Obviously, if San Jose wins, they win the Stanley Cup in their home building. If we win, we force a Game 7 for the Stanley Cup. And this is the final season, so we need to win this game. We want to force another game back on our home ice. We potentially just played our last home game. It was a nice victory. Can we force a Game 7 back in our home building as well? Real-time simulation for Game 6. Come on, boys. I believe in you. Let's call it the Gouda cheese again. All the cheese wheels, the string cheese, the cheese strings, you know, just every single thing cheese related. Can we force a Game 7 after being down 3-1? Come on, guys. You got this. I believe in you. Penalty kill to start Game 6. We kill it off. Power play for us. 5-on-3, and they scored a short-handed goal. Come on, guys. What are you doing? When you have a power play, you don't give up short-handed goals, especially in a game like that. Oh my goodness, no. Oh my God. Of course our team's going to fall apart in the first period. We outshot them 15-12, but they scored 2 goals. That short-handed goal, absolutely tragic to have at this stage. Now, we could score 2 goals of our own in the second period, but that's not the start we want, especially in an elimination game. We need much better out of Zadorov because he's allowed 2 goals on 12 shots here after he shut them out last game. We need to have a really good second period here. We cannot allow a single goal, and we need to also get ourselves at least one goal to get back into this game if we want to get to a Game 7. Come on, guys. Please do this for me. Have a good second period and claw back into this. Let's see what happens. Come on, Chucky. I know you have goals in you. Penalty kill. Nicely done. Penalty killers. Penalty kill again. Stop taking penalties. I don't want to be shorthanded half the game here. Can we get that next goal to get us back into this game? Come on, guys, please. Final few minutes of the second period, still down by a pair of goals. Power play for us. We do not score. And we're going into the third period down by 2 goals still, which is not ideal. Shots are 27-17 in favor of us, so it looks like Nakamura is having a really good game, which is not ideal. We are a period away from losing the Stanley Cup to the San Jose Sharks. We're probably going to have to intervene and watch the Stanley Cup celebration. Should I even do that? I don't even know if I should if it's against us. Because I really want to see our guys out there for one last time. But I don't really want to see the Sharks hoisting a Stanley Cup potentially against us. I'll probably intervene regardless though, just because of that. But we need 2 goals in this third period here, which means we need an early goal to set the tempo if we want to get back into this game and series. Come on, guys, please. Just give me some goals here early. Give me one. And then maybe we could get back into this. Penalty kill. Stop taking penalties. Power play for us. We do not score. Penalty kill. Stop taking penalties. Jesus. Let's intervene. We got 5 minutes left. I don't think we're going to come back in this game. Even though we've seen some crazy things happen in game before. But this is not great. Looks like we're going to lose the Stanley Cup in San Jose. Looks like our boat might sink. Even though our ship is really big, somehow these sharks have been able to bite so much holes into our ship that it's sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic. I hate watching games that we lose the Stanley Cup in, but I want to see these guys out there one last time, so we got to do it. Okay, let's see if we can get back into this. We still have time to get those 2 goals, but obviously it needs to happen quick if we want to get one. Oh my goodness, now they're getting a lot of pressure. Good save there by Zadorov. We need to get an early chance, and we need to get a lot of pressure early on too if we want to get back into this for sure. Well, I kind of figured we were going to maybe lose in this Cup Finals, but I'm really glad that this team was able to get back to another Cup Finals for this last season, but obviously winning a Stanley Cup in this last season would have been the dream. We still have a chance to do it, but we need to get goals here quick. Boucher, a chance turned away. Come on, guys. We need to generate a lot of momentum. We only have 4 minutes left, and we're down by 2 goals. Bearable with it. He's been great for them in this series, and he doesn't even get a shot away. Gost had a chance, and Zadorov stares him down. Yeah, we're not even generating enough here at this stage of the game. I don't think there's a way we're going to score 2 goals in 3:17, but who knows? Maybe we're going to pull the goalie at some stage. Oh, come on, guys. Erat out there with Ozens and Del Rivera. So Del Rivera with another shift here. Late Cardwell's out there as well, and Ramo. Sharks have it, and they're going to, of course, rag it around in our zone a bit. There's a chance turned away. 2 big saves by Zadorov. Remember those if we somehow come back. Probably not. Erat with it. Erat makes a great move. Erat over to Del Rivera. He scores. Okay. What a goal that was. Reese Del Rivera, potentially the last goal in Halifax history as he scores his 9th goal of the playoffs. We're within 1. All right. Huge saves there by Zadorov, and then Erat with a huge move, and what a one-time shot by Del Rivera. Doesn't even celebrate really that much, but Nakamura gets a chunk of it, but not all of it. Wow. I want to take a look at that play just because that could be a very crucial thing in getting us back into this game, but who knows too. As a chance there for Hendry, turned away, and then a chance for Doan, and he just gets completely robbed right there too. And then we see Del Rivera get the puck, corral it, get it up to Erat. Erat makes a fantastic move here, entering the zone, walks around Gostad, and then he throws it right over, and a quick one-timer by Del Rivera into the back of the net, off the glove of Nakamura. We're out shooting him 37-25. We're within 1, and we have time to still tie this game up and force a Game 7 if we can. 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Come on, guys. Get that next one. That was a nice goal to see, though. Zadorov does get an assist on that goal, too, which is pretty damn amazing. Erat loses it to Simon or Simone, one of the two. He walks in a shot turned away by Zadorov. Come on, guys. We're running out of time. Here's a chance again for them, and Zadorov will make the save with a $1.23. Oh, man, we don't have a lot of time. We need to get into their zone. Oh, my goodness. The Stanley Cup coming out. I don't like to see that already. It'd be funny if we tied it up now, and then where does the cup go after that? Oh, no. Them taking out the cup makes me feel like we're not going to tie it up. That's not good. That cutscene is not what we want to see. It would have been nice if it was for us, but this time around it might not be. Delarvere with it. Finds it to Ramo. We have time, guys. Come on. Cardwell. Cardwell finds it over to Erat. We are not playing a goal yet, but there we are. Here's a chance for Erat turned away. A poke check there from Ozens. Delarvere has it. He can't shoot it. He gets it back in. Turn away. Erat a chance, and he can't score there on Nakamura. We're down to the final 24 seconds because for some reason they still have it as offline has a speed up clock, even though that should be just for online. Okay, our top line out there, Boucher, Hamalainen, Jacobson. The extra attacker is Ozens. And of course, Boucher cannot win a crucial draw like that, but we do hold it in. Hamalainen walks in, finds it to Cardwell, over to Ozens. He scores! He scores! Jan Ozens! Oh my god, let's go! Okay. Wow, that's the first time I think I've seen the cup thing but put to the side, and we tied the game up with 16 seconds left in the empty netter. The extra attacker works. Holy crap, this team. Now, if we lose in overtime, I'll be like really sad, obviously, but if we win in overtime and get to a game 7, holy crap, man, would that be an insane thing. Like I said, remember that save from Zadorov and literally scored 2 goals right afterwards. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's build off that momentum. The ship is still alive. Let's see if the ship will sail into a game 7 if we can get there. Come on, guys. Jacobson with it. Get it away. We do not need to necessarily win it in regulation as long as we win the game. Cardwell with it. He walks right in. A chance turned away. Final few seconds. Oh my goodness, I burped while I talked, but that's okay. And we took a penalty at the end of regulation. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Why are you taking a penalty at the end of regulation? That was a harmless play. And we take a penalty right at the end. And it was Cardwell. I don't even think that's a penalty, to be honest. That's like a clean hit. Yeah, that's a clean hit. I don't know why the ref raised his hand and called that a penalty, but what was the call on the play? Charging? What the hell? Let me see. Is this charging? Let me take a look at this. Cardwell skating back defensively. He does kind of stride into him, but still, that's a little bit of a weak call. Worst time for you to take a penalty ever, Cardwell. You're one of our best defenders, and you could lose us to Stanley Cup potentially now. Well, we have a penalty kill to kill off in overtime, and that could end our season. But also, if we kill it off, maybe we could win the Stanley Cup. Or still, if we could get to a game 7. We just need Delarvere and our guys to play good, but losing a big penalty killer like Cardwell on that penalty is bogus. These refs are really annoying. McCauley walks in, get it away. Simon a chance turned away. I think that missed the net too, maybe, but get it away, guys. Oh my goodness, they're scaring the shit out of me here. I'm glad I don't have my face cam on. Delarvere, huge interception by the captain, and he'll just dump it and skate after it. Delarvere with some pressure. Do they have 5 forwards out there? I don't think so, right? Probably not. Get away, guys. Get away. Simon walks in. Turned away by Zadorov. Get away. Oh, my God. Get away again. Oh, my God. Huge block shot by Ramo. Ramo's been a defensive god when we've watched him, and he gets it out. We have a guy without a stick, too, because his stick broke. It's Delarvere, and he's just going to battle without his stick. What a play by the captain. Jennings will clear it, and Delarvere will get his stick. Holy crap, man. Yeah, Delarvere has to use like Hamalainen's stick, I think that is. Genoway with it. Nice poke check there. Kavanagh finds Delarvere, who is just going to dump it down. Oh my goodness. We have never been in a game that I've watched that has just been so crazy before. And this one is probably the craziest. This is even more crazy than the Boston game, I think. Just because of the circumstances. Hendry with it. Get it away, guys. Get away. Nice play there. Len Jennings will clear it and get it mostly out. Okay, our penalty should be almost over. We're down into the final 30 seconds. Just got to get it out one more time. Genoway walks in. Behind his back, Redden a shot. It's blocked by Ramo again. Jennings is tired and he gets it out. Great play by Len Jennings. Del Rivera trying to get to it, but he can't. That broken stick is helpful. Here's Ricardo Richter off the bench. Can't get it. Now he's got it again, but now he loses it. Here comes the Sharks again. Get it away, guys. Oh my goodness. This is what I pictured when I was saying sharks swimming up against a ship. This is what overtime feels like right now. When there's like a herd of sharks. Hendry onside. How does this go in? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I need to take a huge breather here for a sec. Holy crap, man. They got a breakaway. This one I thought was offsides. But it is onside because he's dragging his foot nicely behind him. This guy gets behind our defense. But he rings it off the bar. No, he got completely denied by Zadorov. Oh my god. That's probably a save that should go down into the record books if we somehow win the Stanley Cup here. Oh my god. I got to take a screenshot of that because that's one of the craziest saves I've seen from Zadorov. My god. My god. Okay, we're good. Will that help us somehow get to a Game 7? Here's Boucher with it now. Dumps it in. I wish this momentum of this game would slow down a little bit here just because it's been hectic as shit. Here's Kavanagh. Finds Hamalainen. Hamalainen walks in. Can't get the shot. He had the goalie down, but it was blocked, I think, by a defenseman. Here's Redden. Very tired. Get it away, guys. He's just tired. Behind his back to Bearable. He can't get anything going. Boucher finds Hamalainen. We got a 2-on-1. Jacobson all alone now. He's in. And he misses the net because he can't even get a shot. He was in too tight. Oh, my God. This is almost feels like a 3-on-3 overtime, how hectic it is. God damn. Here we are again, Hamalainen with it. He finds Boucher, who tries to windmill. Don't try and windmill. Unless you're Erad, I guess, because Erad was able to do a sick deke like that earlier. Genoway with it. Get it away, guys. Get it away. Ah, get it away. Bearable shot is blocked, too. Huge blocks by our defense in overtime. Chance there. Zadorov grabs it with the glove. Whew. Okay, quick little breather there. Whew. And I know you guys are probably like screaming at this episode right now just based on how crazy it is, because this I feel like this is a lot crazier than the Boston series, even though the Boston series was pretty crazy. Boucher at the draw, and he cannot win it. Come on, guys, get it out. Get it out. Dome behind the net. Throws it back to the point. Gostat to Hendry to Betts, and it's poked away. Hamalainen has it. Hamalainen trying to make a move. I don't know why he did that. Simon throws it up to Richards. Get it away. Get it away. Richards to Marks to Simon. They score. Fuck. No. And that is the series as the San Jose Sharks win in overtime. Unfortunately on a goal that probably we should have had, but our defense did not make a smart play. It's kind of weird that their backup goalie has Vegas pads, but unfortunately, there's our boys skating against the Sharks, and the Sharks have just barely sunk the ship. And there is your Conn Smythe winner, Wade Bearable. Damn it, man! I don't really want to see them win the Stanley Cup here. I'll put my face back on the screen, but what the hell, man? That wasn't a crazy overtime. Like, if we would have came back in that game, that would have been amazing. But that penalty that we took kind of took our momentum out of our sails a bit going into that overtime. And they had a lot of chances in overtime, so it makes sense that they'd win the cup against us. But, man, does that suck. Congrats to the Sharks, though, at least. I'm really glad that we won at least one Stanley Cup in the series, but to lose it here really sucks. And Redden is the guy that's their captain, apparently, so if you guys remember, like I mentioned before, we could have drafted Redden. We drafted FPZ instead, I believe. So to see Redden with the Stanley Cup here is kind of bittersweet that he could have been on our team instead, but wow. And I don't really think I really want to see them pass it around, but I guess we're going to have to here, which kind of sucks. But what a crazy overtime that was. That one save on that breakaway was absolutely huge. If we would have somehow been able to win in that overtime after that, it enforced a Game 7 back on home ice, that would have been amazing. But at least our last win in franchise history was on home ice, and it was a nice 5-0 shutout win. Like, our fans definitely had a fun time in that game, but it would have been nicer if they would have obviously won us. We would have been able to get them a Game 7 Stanley Cup game, because that would have been a crazy game for sure. Jimmy Richards is going to get it from McCauley. They had a lot of good players on that team. Holy crap, that guy looks crazy. I think this is the first time I've watched a cup celebration from an opposing team, but at this time I wanted to see our guys out there for one last time, and at least we got to do so. Oh boy. That really hurts. Hurts a little bit more than the Calgary loss, I'd say, even, when we lost to Calgary in the Cup Finals, but at the same time, like I said, we got the one Stanley Cup win, and that's all that matters, because that's it shows at least that draft glories you could still win cups with a team that you only draft. And who is that last guy that got it? I don't even see who was his name. Oh, it's Lacerte. Yeah, another really good player on their team. That sucks, man. That sucks a lot. Well, I'm going to skip the rest of this because obviously we don't really want to see any much more of that. But that game-winning goal really sucks because if we go back here on this play, we made a bad line change here, and that's what cost us, I think. Because they stand up and take it away from Hamalainen. But we're making a line change right here, so they move it up really quickly because of it. They have 3 guys already up, or 2 guys up in the offensive zone. Almost too many men on the ice here, right? But we have 3 guys up playing, trying to get back into the play. And they make some really quick passes here. And they separate from our defense. Like, look at this. I don't know why Erat goes this route when there's 2 other guys going up. So he leaves it as a 3-on-2 now. Like, why is Erat going to try and cover the point? Like, that's kind of dumb logic. But anyways, then Richards throws it in to Marks. And then Ramo has to cover 2 guys. And unfortunately, this cheese of a shot by Simon is able to find its way in. And that wins the Sharks the Stanley Cup. That sucks. That really sucks. Yeah, I don't know why Erat won like that. Like, cause like, look, see right now you have 3-on-3, so just stay with the guys. Instead, he decides to peel back and go cover the point. Meanwhile, we are making a huge line change still, as Jacobson is going off. Why is Jacobson going off when there is that much people going towards the offensive zone? And like literally, there's another guy wide open here because of that change too. As Ozens is the guy that has to cover the point here. But he's not able to get back to that guy really that much either. But still, Gostad was wide open for a chance too. That's terrible defense. And a terrible line change at a wrong time. Oh well. But at least we got it to overtime in that last game. But man, would have been nice if we would have won the Stanley Cup there. Or not the Stanley Cup there, but get ourselves to a Game 7 and then won the Stanley Cup. That goal just barely gets underneath Sidorov's glove. And yeah, Nakamura was really good for them. We had a lot of more shots than them, 41-31, and we lost. Wow. Well, that really, really sucks. And their series is pretty much over right now. As we're not even going to take a look at player stats and stuff yet, like I said, yet. We have not been notified about the Stanley Cup winners yet. Can I still take a look at everybody's lineup? Yeah, I can. Okay, good. This is where I'm going to stop this episode, pretty much. Because next episode, we'll take a look at everybody's player stats from our playoff run and all that stuff. There's the career numbers. We'll take a look at the awards. We'll look at everybody's lines just to see if there's any former players out there as well. And still playing in the league. We'll look at record book stuff and pretty much wrap up the series in that next episode. But unfortunately, it's not with a Stanley Cup win, which really sucks. So, anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Halifax Raiders Draft to Glory franchise mode. So next episode, finale recap time. And yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the simulation portion of the series. It's been a very fun series to run. But also it has definitely had a lot of heartbreak in it too. But I'm really glad that we got at least one Stanley Cup in the series. It wasn't as successful as Anchorage was, but it was still a pretty good one, I'd say, with some really fun players. And some of them will definitely join the Channel Hall of Fame and stuff like that down the road. So let me know what you think down below. And I'll see you guys in the finale in a few days.